Hello everyone, welcome to lecture 1 Coordinate Geometry. So today we are going to begin with a fresh new chapter, that is Coordinate Geometry. So let us begin. So let us start. Now in our first chapter we have already seen number line, right? So the concepts of number line are clear. Let us see one example. Suppose there is a street and along the street there are number of trees planted in a row. So these are the trees planted in a row, and if I ask you to give addresses to each tree, unique address to each tree. Okay, so these are the trees in a row along the road, and if I ask you to give address to each tree, and the address should be unique. So what you will do? Simply what you will do, you will draw a line and then you will say the first tree is 0. The first tree is 0, and now accordingly you will name the trees like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as 0 you chose the origin. Now each tree is having a unique address 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your number line. So since you are dealing with one dimension, that is a line, the trees are in a single line, one dimension. Line is having only one dimension, that is length. So you are dealing with line, so number line is enough to you. When you are dealing with one dimension, number line is enough. Now we chose the first tree as origin. Now let us say that I want the middle tree as origin. So what I'll do is this, say this one. So this tree I'll name it as 0, the origin, and the trees to the right side are 1, 2, 3, and to the left side 1, 2. Okay, but the trees are not having unique address now. This and this, both trees are having 1 and 1 as address, so no more unique address they are having. Then to solve this problem, what we did on number line is, to the right side of origin every number is positive, and to the left side of origin every number is negative. So this one will be -1, -2. Now each tree is having unique address. Each tree is having a unique address. So the trees to the right side are positive 1, 2, 3, and trees to the left side of origin are negative 1, 2, and 3. So now here problem is solved about the uniqueness of addresses. And if you will delete this everything, what you got here is your number line. This is your number line. So when you are dealing with one dimension, so the number line is enough, right? But now let us take one more example. Say there is a room. This is your room, and in that room there are some chairs arranged in a row like this. Chairs are arranged. Let me draw this properly. Wait. So suppose there is a room, and in that room like this chairs are arranged, and say you are sitting on this chair. So if I ask you your address, what you will tell me? That you are sitting on the fourth chair to the right side. Fourth chair to the right side, right? From the wall. So this is a wall. From wall you are sitting at the fourth chair. So this will be, no, fifth chair, sorry, fifth chair. So this will be the wall. Wall is your origin. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you are sitting at fifth place, right? You are on the fifth chair. Okay, but if the arrangement is something like this, this is a single row, so number line is enough. But if there are multiple rows like this, and if you will tell me that you are sitting on the fifth chair from the wall, so there are such more walls. This is also fifth from the wall, this is also fifth from the wall, right? All three chairs are fifth from the wall. So this is saying only 5, the number 5 is not enough to tell your exact address, right? So we need one more number. What will be that number? That you will say that from you are sitting on fifth chair from the wall, and one place above, one place up, one row up, that you will see, right? So what actually you are doing is 1 2 3, you are actually considering one more number line to give location exact, to give your location exactly. You are considering one more number line. So what will be the number for your chair? It will be 5 comma 1. What? 5 comma 1 means what? Fifth from the wall and one place up, 5 and 1. So you require two numbers. Since you have changed from 1D to 2D, that is one dimensional to two dimensional, if you will notice, this arrangement is right like a rectangle. Rectangle is two dimensional, length, it is having length and breadth, it is two dimensional figure. So to locate you require 2 points, so you, for that you require two number lines. This is horizontal number line and this one is vertical number line. So to give your exact address, you require two number lines, one horizontal and one vertical. Since you have changed from one dimensional to two dimensional, right? So one vertical and one horizontal number line you require two numbers, to give your exact position. Okay, so what exactly we have done is, we have taken two number lines, one horizontal and one vertical, to give exact position of your chair. Okay, now let us take these two, let us rub this arrangement and let us see to the number lines. So these are your two number lines. You will notice that two number lines are perpendicular to each other. They are perpendicular to each other. So let me draw this number line properly. Okay. Now about the horizontal number line, you all know, to the right side of origin, we are having positive numbers, and to the left side of origin we are having negative numbers. This sign convention we know about horizontal number line, right? Same sign convention the vertical number line should also have, and that convention is, above origin you are having positive numbers, and below the origin you are having negative numbers, -1, -2, -3, -4 and so on. Okay, so these are the sign conventions for the number lines intersecting at a point origin, which is called as origin. The two number lines intersect each other at a point called as origin. And one more important thing, that the two number lines are perpendicular to each other. Now since there are two number lines, we need to name them. Now how long we are going to call them horizontal and vertical? We should give them some name now. So there is a name for horizontal one as x-axis and vertical one as y-axis. So these are the two names for vertical and horizontal number lines. The horizontal is called as x-axis and vertical number line is called as y-axis. So using these two number lines, you can you can give address to every point in the plane. You can give address, or you can give location, position to that point. Now let us consider one point here. This is the point. The name of this point is, say, A. Now we want to find position of this point. So what we will do is, we know we will require two numbers to locate this point, right? So this point A is 3 units away from y-axis and 3 units to the right side of origin, and then 2 units up up means what? Positive, above the origin, so it will be positive 3 comma 2. These two numbers will define position of this point 3 comma 2. X is what? This is called as x coordinate and this is called as y coordinate. So these are the two coordinates of the point A. First one is x coordinate, second one is y coordinate. Now how will you define x coordinate? X coordinate is the distance away from y axis. You are standing at origin. Now you want to locate that point. So what you are going to do is 3. So you are going to move 3 units to the right side. Plus 3 is there, so to the right side of origin. Plus 3, so 3 units to the right side of origin. What exactly you did is, you went away from the y-axis by 3 units. You went away from the y-axis by 3 units. And then y coordinate is 2. Plus 2 it is, so you will go up, above the origin. Plus 2, so above the origin. So 2 units above the origin, so you will reach here, and this is the position of your point 3 comma 2. So always first is your x coordinate, second number is your y coordinate. Okay, now this x coordinate is also called as abscissa and y coordinate is called as ordinate. Important point, the x coordinate is called as abscissa and second y coordinate is called as ordinate. Okay, now one more coordinate is suppose given to you, one more point is given to you B, and its coordinates are say -2, 3, -2, 3, and now we want to locate this point. So what you will do, always begin with the origin. You are standing at origin. Now x coordinate is -2 and y coordinate is +3. So from origin -2, x coordinate -2. So on x axis you will go, minus is there, so you will go left to the origin by 2 units. So you will reach on -2. Then y coordinate is 3 plus 3. Plus 3 y coordinate, so on y axis you will go above. Since plus is there, so you will go above the origin by 3 units. So 1, 2 and 3, so you will reach here, and this will be your point B. Its coordinates as -2, 3. Like this you will locate the point. Now let us take one more example, say -3, -2. -3, -2, let this point be C. So now to locate this, again begin from the origin. You are at origin and your x coordinate is -3, y coordinate is -2. So what you will do, from origin you will go, x coordinate is -3, so you will go to the left side of the origin by 3 units, so you will reach at -3, and the y coordinate is -2, minus it is, so you will go below the origin by 2 units, so you will reach at -2. So this will be your point C, whose coordinates are -3, -2. Okay, and let us take one more point, say +3, -2, and let us name this point as D. So this D point 3, -2. So again start from origin, x coordinate is 3, so you will go on x axis to the right side because it is +3. So you are going away from y axis 3 units, and then -2, y coordinate is -2, so you will go down, by 2 units. So this is your point D, whose coordinates are 3, -2. Okay, in this way you will locate the points. Now let us say this origin is also one point. What are coordinates of this origin? See, we start from origin. Now you are going nowhere, you are at origin, so x coordinate will be 0, and away from x axis also you are not going anywhere, so y coordinate should also be 0. So the coordinates for origin are 0, 0. You are not going anywhere, origin, so 0, 0 are the coordinates for origin. Now what about the points on the axis, x or y axis? So let us take examples of points which are on axis. Before that, if you will see, the two axes, x and y axis, are dividing this plane into four parts. This is your first, second, third and fourth part. So these 4 parts are called as quadrants. So this is your first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. So the x and y axis divides the plane into 4 parts called as quadrants. This one is first quadrant, second quadrant, third and fourth quadrant. So these are the 4 quadrants. Now if this is called as Cartesian system. Why this is called as Cartesian system? Because the mathematician Descartes has invented this. He put forth this 2 lines are needed to locate a point on a plane. So that's why after his name Descartes, Cartes from his name is taken, and this system is called as Cartesian system. So your Cartesian system consists of 2 number lines. The 2 number lines are x-axis and y-axis. The 2 number line intersect each other at origin at right angle. The 2 number lines intersect each other at origin and they are perpendicular to each other. And the plane is divided into 4 parts. These 4 parts are called as quadrants. This one is first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. And the number line to the right side of origin, there is positive. These are the sign convention. To the right side of origin, positive numbers. To the left side of origin, negative numbers. Above the origin, again positive numbers, and below the origin, negative numbers. This is the sign convention for the Cartesian system. Right side of origin positive, left side of origin negative, above origin positive and below origin negative. So this is the sign convention for the Cartesian system. Okay, now let us see, we have seen now how to plot points. Now let us see what about the coordinates of the point which are on the axis. Okay, now let us take a point whose coordinates are say 0, 3, 0, -3, 0, 2. Okay, this is point A, B and C. Now let us try to locate these points A, B, C whose coordinates are given to you, right? So x coordinate of A is 0. So you will not move anywhere from the origin. 0 is there, so no movement. Then the y coordinate is 3 plus 3. So you will go above. Y coordinate, so above. Plus 3 is there, so above, and you will reach here. So this will be the point. If you will see that point A is on y-axis, it is on y-axis. Now let us try to locate the second one. X coordinate is 0, so you will not move anywhere. Y coordinate is -3. -3, so you will go below the origin by 3 units and you will reach at -3. Okay, so this is the point B, 0, -3. Then the third point C, 0, 2. So C, 0 means you will not move anywhere, and plus 2 means you will go up by 2 units, and this will be your point C, 0, 2. Now if you will see, all the 3 points are on y-axis. All 3 points are on y-axis. And what is common in that 3 points, ABC, is the y coordinate. Y coordinate for all the 3 points is 0. So from this we can conclude that every point on y-axis is having its x coordinate as 0. Every point on y-axis have x coordinate 0. So this is important point. Every point on the y-axis is having its x coordinate as 0. Now let us take another point. Say ABC is over. Now let us take D, E and F. So these are the points. Say 3, 0, -3, 0 and 2, 0. These are the 3 points D, E and F. So first let us locate D. So again start from the origin. D is having x coordinate as 3 plus 3. So you will go to the right side of the origin by 3 units. You will reach here. Then y coordinate is 0. So you will not move anywhere. So this is the location of your point D, which is 3, 0. Now let us locate the other point minus 3 comma 0. So again start from the origin minus 3. So you will go to the right or left? You will go to the left side, right? So you will go to the left side by 3 units. So you will reach at minus 3. And y coordinate is 0. So you will not move anywhere. And this will be the position of your point E. And its coordinates are minus 3 comma 0. Next is F. F is x coordinate 2 plus 2. So you will go to the right side by 2 units. And y coordinate is 0, so you will not move anywhere. So F position will be here on x axis. F is 2 comma 0. Now if you will notice all the 3 points E, F, D, D, E, F, all the 3 points are lying on x axis. All the 3 points are on x axis. What is common in them is that their y coordinates are 0. All the y coordinates are 0. So we can conclude from this that every point on x axis has its y coordinate as 0. Every point on x axis has its y coordinate as 0. Okay, so let us sum up this. Every point on y axis has x coordinate 0 and every point on x axis has y coordinate as 0. Every point on y axis has x coordinate 0. Every point on x axis has y coordinate as 0. So this was how to locate the point on the axis. Clear? Okay. So we saw how to locate the points in a Cartesian system. Now we will discuss again the quadrants. Because of the two axes intersecting each other at origin at right angle, the plane is divided into 4 parts and each part is called as quadrant. This one is your first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. Now let us see the sign conventions of each quadrant. Now if you will notice, in the first quadrant, every point, whichever point we locate on in the first quadrant, it will be above the x-axis and to the right side of the origin. Above origin and to the right side of origin. To the right side of origin means what? X coordinate will be positive. To the right side of origin all numbers are positive. So to the right side means what? X coordinate will be positive. And above the origin it will be, so y coordinate will also be positive. So this is the sign convention for first quadrant, that every point in the first quadrant is having its x and y coordinates both positive, because in the first quadrant the points are to the right side of origin and above the origin, to the right side of origin and above the origin. So both must be positive, right? Now let us take the second quadrant. What should be the sign convention for second quadrant? Now if you will see the second quadrant, it is, let us first check the x coordinate. X coordinate will always be to the left of origin. Left of origin means what? X coordinate will be negative. And y coordinate will be above. For y axis the point will be above the origin, that means positive. So this is the sign convention for the second quadrant. What? The x-axis will always be negative and y-axis will be always positive. This is the sign convention for second quadrant. Now same way, the sign convention for the third quadrant will be, the x coordinate will always be to the right side of the origin. Third quadrant is to the right side of origin and below origin. To the right side of, to the left side of origin means what? Negative x coordinate. And below the origin means what? Again negative y coordinate. So minus minus. In third quadrant, the x and y coordinates, both the coordinates will be negative. Now let us see the fourth quadrant. For fourth quadrant, if you will see, the fourth quadrant is to the right side of origin. Right side of origin means what? X coordinate is positive. And it is below the origin. Below origin means what? Y coordinate is negative. So this is the sign convention for fourth quadrant. X coordinate will always be positive, y coordinate will always be negative. Okay, so this is the summary of the sign conventions of quadrant. So first quadrant will have x coordinate and y coordinate both positive. Second quadrant will have a point, every point with x coordinate as negative, y coordinate as positive. Third quadrant will have negative, negative, and fourth will have x as positive and y as negative coordinate, right? So if I give you any random point, if I give you any coordinates of a random point, so without actually locating the point, you can tell me in which quadrant it will lie. Let us take example. Let us take one point A whose coordinates are -3, 2. -3, 2. X coordinate is negative and y coordinate is positive. X coordinate negative means what? It will be to the left side of the origin, and y coordinate positive means what? It will be above. So to the left side and above. Left side and above means what? Second quadrant. Positive, negative. So without actually locating the point, we can tell in which quadrant the point is lying by just looking at the signs of the coordinates, right? So suppose -3, the points coordinates are -3, -2. -3, -2, x coordinate is -3, so it will be to the left of the origin, and y coordinate is again negative, so it will be below the origin. To the left and below means the third quadrant, right? So the point lies in the third quadrant. So without actually locating the point, we can tell in which quadrant the point is lying by simply these sign conventions of the quadrant. Okay, so here we finish the introduction part of this chapter, and in the next video we are going to see the exercise. Thank you and have a wonderful day.